Australia has gone Mustang mad. Since its introduction in January 2016, more than 17,000 have been sold, making it Australia's favourite sports car by a country mile.
Now there's a new one. It's always risky changing a successful recipe. Ford must have been tempted to not rock the boat, just tweak a little bit here and a little bit there to keep those sales rolling. Instead, it's given the 2018 Mustang a serious makeover. There's more grunt, new gearboxes, new suspension, better tyres, a nicer interior, and most obvious of all, brand new looks.
The updated styling caused controversy when the first pics were released, but it's a car that looks much better in the metal, the outgoing Mustang instantly looking dated in comparison.
The changes don't come free though, as they're accompanied by a pretty major price hike. Whereas previously a Mustang automatic was around $60,000 before on-road costs, it's now just over $66,000. And this one, with a few choice options, is almost 75 grand. However, one full throttle blast, and the check might very well write itself. This engine with this gearbox makes the Mustang an absolute rocket.
On paper, the new 5-litre makes an extra 33 kilowatts and 26 newton metres. But as we found out when we stuck it on the Herod Performance dyno, it's actually more like 50 to 60 kilowatts, and it's all at the top end.
Combine the extra grunt with this new 10-speed auto, co-developed with GM of all people, and this 2018 Mustang is seriously fast. This car clocked 4.5 seconds to 100 and a 12.6 second quarter mile at 188 kilometres an hour. This new box is much more intuitive, and it has so many gears that you're always right in the meat of the power band. Shifts are so much crisper. It's like swapping a PlayStation 2 for a PlayStation 4. Best of all, thanks to this new active exhaust, the 2018 Mustang now sounds like a proper muscle car. Rich, aggressive, and loud. Thankfully, it doesn't also handle like one. These new generation Michelins offer much better grip than the old Pirellis, but the chassis, at least on these optional magnetic dampers, is improved too. It still feels big and a bit heavy, but a car like this is never going to feel super precise. What's definitely improved is its stability and progression when you push hard. The old Stang could be a bit wayward at the limit, but this new one, much more confidence inspiring. Strong brakes too. One of the previous Mustang's biggest shortcomings was its interior. It was okay, and there was the novelty value of its little retro touches, but it wasn't going to fly at a higher price.
It seems Ford agrees, as Aussie cars now come with the Premium Plus package. There's stitching on the centre console, a heated steering wheel, and just less hard, scratchy plastic. There's also these fancy new digital instruments, which according to Chief Engineer Carl Widman were the hardest thing to get right. Figuring out how to navigate them takes a bit of time, but they can display all sorts of information, from revs and speed to cylinder head temperature and G-force.
Ford might not have needed to change the Mustang, but the fact that it's done so, and to such a large extent, is worth a round of applause. Think of it like this. Imagine an athlete that's straight out of school. Lots of talent, but a bit raw and rough around the edges. That's the previous Mustang. This one is that same athlete after a couple of years in the pros. More polished, more refined, just a bit better in every area. Frankly, it's going to need to be, because it only has the muscle car market to itself for a couple of months before the new Camaro hits our shores. But that's a test for another time.
Ford might have taken a risk in changing the Mustang, but it's buyers that will reap the rewards.